First, there's CNN saying that, okay, let's see. The Democratic Party's favorability rating stands at just 29%, a record low dating back to 1992, and a drop of 20 points in just 4 years since January of 2021. A drop of 20 points and a record low at 29%. We saw similar numbers out of NBC, so it's not a one-off. NBC shows the Democratic Party with just a 27% positive rating, 55% negative, so they're underwater by 28 points, a record low for the Democrat Party in more than 30 years of polling. Why?
It's possible that some of that is being generated by this kind of liberal angst, this kind of dissatisfaction with Democratic Party leadership and this perception that they're, quote unquote, not fighting hard enough, not fighting Trump hard enough, whatever that might mean. So maybe if you ask liberals now, what do you think of the Democratic Party? They'd be more inclined, many of them would be, to say we don't approve of that. But it's clearly much broader than that. I think that's just one factor. The problem is, if you ask me what was the worst problem with the Kamala Harris campaign, it'd be very difficult to answer given how many problems that campaign had. But if I were forced to choose the worst, I would say that she never committed to believing in anything, to standing for anything. Americans by the end of the campaign were like, I don't even know who she is, let alone what she really believes in. Like, what are her real convictions? What motivates her? With Trump, you always know, for better or for worse, from people's perception, he doesn't hide what he believes. Quite the opposite. So the contrast was extreme. And I think in the Democratic Party more broadly, basically going back to 2015, 2016, they've defined themselves by being horrified by Donald Trump, by being aghast by Donald Trump, by being fearful of Donald Trump, by not being Donald Trump. But there's no positive vision. There's no affirmative agenda that Americans can look at and say, oh, this is what I like.